Research complete.
Back to the analyst desk.
Very strong position in their group, 2-0.
Yes. I'm so excited. For those of you who haven't seen much TVT in Heart of the Swarm, a lot of it is revolving right now around early Reaper play, and we may see the elusive 8-8.
8-8-8. Is it 8 times better than 1-1? Or is it something else entirely? Of course it is.
Sure, whatever.
No,
anyway.
But of course, 8 supply depot, 8 barracks, 8 gas.
Yep.
Throw those Reapers out.
Proxied basically right outside your opponent's base, so you can get those Reapers out very, very quickly.
Any maps on which it is like really good, or isn't it really map dependent?
It's mostly a 2-player map build, because it's very heavily dependent. Basically what happens is you always, if your opponent opens gas first, the game can just end because of how quickly you get the Reapers out. They don't have a lot of units. If your opponent opens barracks, you want to always attack them when you have the same number of Reapers that they have Marines. And so if it's a 4-player map or a map with 2 possible spawn locations, you may not be able to put your barracks close enough so that that is possible.
Right.
A map like Cloud Kingdom is really good. Antigua, very strong. You want to put the barracks somewhere where the Reapers that can come out can very quickly enter the main, but it's not an easily scouted location. Usually when you do Proxy Marauder, the barracks has to be very close to the entrance to their base, because Marauder's a ground unit. Reapers are a Colossus unit, so it can be close to the entrance of their base or close to the cliff.
Sure. No, we completely understand. Are we likely to see that kind of play come out more from one of these players? And by that I mean we've seen MVP play so far in this one. We've had a taste of what he has to offer now. Turns out his play is actually really good. His multitasking is fantastic. Dream, though, as well, you've had a chance to go in and take a look at some of his replays, I believe. So is there any particular player that you're favoring to be more aggressive in this matchup here?
I think of these 2 players, Dream is the more likely to do some kind of proxy play. But a good TVT player knows no bounds. I would expect either player to be more than capable of executing one of these builds to great power? I don't know.
Power.
Yeah.
To great power. To great power.
Sure, whatever. We'll go with that.
He's 16.
Yes.
Dream's pretty young, man.
Man, you gotta stop that.
And there he is putting on his, I believe, noise-suppressing headset there. MVP, as always. I swear he has the same facial expression. Win, lose, sort of relaxing, 500 APM. It's all just like, he gives nothing away, man.
One thing that's really interesting about TVT right now as well is Bio and Mech are both very, very viable compositions. Medevacs got stronger.
Yeah.
Introduction of Hellbats and also Widow Mines made Mech stronger, so it's very interesting to see how they play against each other.
Well, let's see what kind of strategies these guys choose to employ against each other here. We're going to be throwing it over to our commentators for game number 1. MVP versus Dream, ladies and gentlemen. Over to Kalaris and Todd.
Thanks very much, guys. Welcome back to the caster's desk here as Todd joins me for TVT. Akelon Wastes will be our map of choice for game number 1.
Yeah, and I think QXC just covered every single possible strategy could happen.
It's all done. We don't need to talk for the next 20 minutes. It's all good.
And both of these players, as we mentioned, I think are already doing very well.
Yeah.
They are both at 2-0, and after this match they're going to have more matches to play, but the winner of this match is pretty sure of making it through. Is going to have a very good chance at taking the first place, which you really want to be able to secure in this group.
Yeah, that's very true. And spawning up to our top left-hand corner here as our blue Terran. Ladies and gentlemen, he goes by the name of MVP Dream. And spawning down to our bottom right as our red Terran. A lot of people familiar with this man. He goes by the name of LGIM's MVP.
And I think Dream, every time I see him playing, I'm thinking, well, this guy, he keeps on getting better. Remember in Katowice, he had some very impressive PVT. So far in this group, he's beaten 2 very good Zergs. So apparently his TVP and TVZ are very good, but now it is a mirror match. How good is he really in a mirror match?
It remains to be seen here in Heart of the Swarm, as I can't help but feel that, you know, Dream, he's one of the people that I pegged early on to, you know, do very, very well. Admittedly, he'd already done well at Katowice anyway, so it's not the biggest and boldest of predictions, but Dream certainly can pull out the game. But after seeing the control that MVP had over his TVP and the way he was using those medevacs, it's a very, very scary prospect to go up against.
And Dream is going to open standard with a gas very early on, but MVP really waited before throwing down this first refinery, so we might see a quick command center after this refinery, maybe into some kind of factory and tech play out of him.
Dream, meanwhile, already had that gas guys going for a long time, so you know, for him, it's probably going to be that Reaper, and there we go, on the way. Interesting thing about the Reaper in TVT is that, you know, they don't really do enough damage to do proper SCV harassment. You can just, like, repair through the damage quite easily, but still it does hinder that mining just a little bit. You have to pull them off, and, you know, they're losing mining time, so it is still a little bit annoying.
And on this map, there is really only one place through which a Reaper can enter your main base, which is going to be between that main and that third base. You can see some Terran sometimes try to go behind the middle line at the expansion and get in there, but this is going to be easier to scout, especially if you put some buildings around here. So the Reaper has been scouted. I'm sure MVP will be ready to deal with it. And he's made only 2 Marines. He's going for a reactor behind this. And Dream is going to start his own command center.
Not too bad an option at all here for Dream, as he just uses that one Reaper to gain himself a little bit of map control, denying any kind of crazy scouting of his natural himself. As for now, will poke on ahead, sees no natural, wants to have a jump on in, maybe to have a little bit of a look around, but the 2 Marines fending that off quite nicely. He's going to regain some health and then maybe try to jump in again, seeing what tech choice is the case.
And Dream is going for a second gas, I think. We might see some starports and maybe some gas-heavy play build. Oh, the Reaper is trying to get a SCV here. Nice micro back. MVP is going to try to get a surround on the Reaper.
Oh, that's actually a really, really good position there for him. Really shutting down that Reaper very hard with those SCVs. Good control, but second Reaper is now on the way here. Looking to do some damage, just trying to wiggle towards that SCV, but the Marine's going to fend him off quite easily.
Yeah, Marines actually do a lot of damage to that Reaper. He has to be very careful. He's going to pull back on time now. I still think he could have gotten the SCV and get out of here, but he's not going to risk it. He wants to regenerate his hit points, and Dream, he's throwing down starport immediately. Do you think we're going to see a bench here?
I mean, there is the possibility, but at the same time, you know, he hasn't started any Hellions either, so we'll see what he wants to go for. Oh, there we go, there's the Hellions on the way. So he may even just go for a medevac, try and go for a little bit of drop play as well. There's a lot of options open to Dream right now, but MVP is defending his parameter really, really nicely.
Yeah, so far he's been doing well, but Dream, he's made his command center immediately on his expansion. As soon as he starts basically saturating his bases very well, sending in some news, he's going to have a better income than MVP for some time. Oh, and actually, the watchtower expired. I didn't even know that was present on this match.
Well, yeah, apparently it is. And
is it at 6 minutes?
Upgrade
6 minutes?
complete.
Yeah, I think so. And for now, I mean, it looks like both players are going for an extremely similar build here with the medevacs and Hellions to boot. So, you know, you can drop the Hellions, you can even drop a few Marines in the back whilst poking at the front with the Hellions. There's a lot of options available to you here, whilst Dream seemingly is committing to more of a bio focus here already.
Yeah, he's already started Steam Pack. MVP hasn't. MVP could still do, yeah, if he wants he can go for mech. He's getting a tech lab on his barracks, but is it to get Steam Pack or is it to swap it for his starport? We're gonna have to see. We have a medevac on its way to MVP's base right now. It's filled with 4 Hellions.
Wow, these players are almost dead even. Both supply blocks at 54 here, as he does recuperate from that. But for now, Dream does have a little bit of a supply lead in the form of the SCVs at least. And he looks like he's going to be able to get this drop going undeterred, whilst MVP is looking to find a hole in his opponent's base, but I think he's going to be able to as he starts roasting up SCVs. A good job here. The Widow Mine should be able to burrow, lures those Hellions in. Should be an alright position for him. Oh, but
and that was so smart.
Oh, my god, meanwhile actually MVP just going to drop as well here, running in with those Hellions, and oh my good god, I did not expect that, nor did Dream. He didn't expect the double Widow Mine to be there. One of them will connect with Submarines here from MVP, but at the same time, the Hellions not done just yet.
And in the meantime, MVP, he has started Cloak, he has started the Banshee, but he saw the turret now and he immediately canceled Cloak. He's going to try to do more damage with those Hellions, but Dream should be able to repel this attack after suffering losses.
Wow, this is already crazy. He has 28 workers to 28 workers. Widow Mines out for both players here, whilst we see Dream going for another command center, and MVP's adding on the Raven, even still killing more SCVs. 11 killed up to 15 in favor of MVP right now, and things are gonna calm down for just a second.
Yeah, MVP is actually going to go for Raven behind this. Both players have stabilized, they held each other's attack. I believe the economy of both of them is very equal right now. We have 29 SCVs to 31, MVP having 2 more SCVs right now. And he's going to throw down a couple barracks. Oh, actually factories here. So MVP wants to play that mech style, and I like this on this map because you're going to be able to take a third. If you go for a sensor tower, you can see basically your entire side of the map. You're going to be able to defend very easily. It's one of the easier maps where you're going to be able to turtle and play this mech heavy style. And
with that, you can easily burrow just a few Widow Mines around the parameters of your bases, really deny those medevac drops that Dream is going to try and exploit here with the bio style. That's what he's trying to do, trying to be more mobile than MVP with this choice. But I don't know whether, I don't think it works here if MVP prepares well enough with Widow Mines.
And MVP gets in there with a Banshee. He dodges the turret very nicely here. He's going to be able to kill a couple of SCVs. And that was really well done. He knew the Banshee could not escape, could not get out of here, so he gets as many kills as he can before finally having that Banshee die.
Hellions just darting around here and there whilst, well, actually MVP leaves his base during all of this, so this harassment could be quite successful. No Widow Mines at that natural to be able to deny this, so there should be dropped on in there. And actually MVP getting Blue Flame as well. There's a lot of tanks.
And those players are just going to harass each other for now. Dream dropping for Hellions right now in the MVP's SCVs. MVP is going to pull some of those out, but he's already lost a couple, and nice pickup here by Dream.
Yeah, really nothing to be able to deny that medevac at this point. Still really want the Widow Mines to come out here so MVP doesn't incur those kinds of losses. He has access to them, as does Dream, but he is going for that more bio style. 41 workers to 41 workers here. MVP looking to find a spot to actually push on in.
Man, all they do is kill each other's workers so far. They have not been committing to any real attack where they try to kill the opponent's army. They want to fry SCVs, and they want to weaken the opponent's economy enough so that they have a clear advantage. And we have Dream playing bio. Man, I love watching mech versus bio.
God, dude, I love watching Widow Mines sometimes when it comes to them getting really good connections. It's like burrowed banelings all over the place, and it's just crazy to see them get the really, really nice connections that they do. But for now, Dream moving out here, he has to somehow exploit the mobility that he has, make it work for him. And if he doesn't, MVP is going to really, really roll out here with a very, very strong force.
And MVP, he has a slight supply lead here, but he cannot move out just now. He has to wait a bit more. He has to get some upgrades. He has to